Hi, my name is Kyle Okeson, and today I'm going to show you how easy it is to install one of our fUTo electric solar kits. There's a picture of me. Okay, so here's our surrounding area. Just going to install it on this trailer right here. I put a little box in the background, got my ladder ready, and now I'm going to sneak by here and show you where we're going to plug in. So that's the plug-in for the trailer. Just goes right in there. I'll put it back for now. And then here's the box. I just want to use a box because I don't want to leave the batteries out in the open. I'm going to put everything in there and basically work out of this box. You can do this. I wouldn't recommend it for a long-term solution, but tough boxes are pretty good for protecting things. Okay, this is installing the panel. So you bring it up and you mount it on the top of the trailer, or if you're putting it on a house, you put it on the top of the house, or any kind of system you have set up. Sometimes you see them set up on just like a pole and they're tilted the right angle. I'm not going to worry about putting it at the right angle for this video. I'm just going to do a real quick job and show you how to plug everything in. Okay, and then you carry the batteries out. I'm going to speed this up. I put 4 batteries in here, and my cable, and just putting it in the tough box because we don't want it to get wet. We don't want it to, there's nothing that would happen to it. It's just we want to keep it safe and secure. And as you can see, that cable goes clear up to the solar panel. Alright, now we're going to set out our wires. I like to do this just because I'd like to remember everything that's going on and just see it visually. So first of all, we unscrew the terminal connector. It's just a bolt, and you stick it through the terminal just like this. And then you screw it into the battery terminal. And you start with the negative usually, and then we're going to connect these batteries in series, and so we'll go right into the positive of the next one. We include a diagram in our kits on how to install these and step-by-step instructions, and there'll be like little letters and numbers and stuff that you follow step-by-step. So I'm going to speed this up. Just see me hooking in the other 2 batteries. Then we're going to connect them. We're going to connect them to the charge controller, this little device. As you can see, I don't have the fuse in because I like to put it in last just for a safety precaution. And it has terminals on those 2 connectors. It's also connected in the negative terminal, if you notice, on the charge controller. So we'll start with the negative, and actually we're not gonna hook it in directly right at this moment. We're gonna hook the 2 batteries in parallel first. So undo this screw and hook the battery wire through the terminal. Hook it into the terminal. Screw it in. As you can notice, I'm doing this all by hand. I don't really need any tools to do this. At the end, you might want to tighten them. I don't know, but just this is how safe it is. Like, you can just do it all by hand as long as you're following the steps and you're being careful not crossing any wires. So we combined the battery cable and the charge controller cable terminals, and we put them on the battery at the same spot. So there's 2 terminal connectors there and the battery terminal. And then we're going to do the same thing with the positive line. Start with the other end of the battery, and we'll hook that in. And just screw it right in. And you want to be careful again that you don't accidentally bump anything with these terminals, because they'll make a spark and arc, and it will be not a pretty mess. So then you put it in the terminal hole, and then the other one, as you can see, like, it's a little easier to see that one. Then screw it right into the battery, and if you'll remember, the fuse is not in, so it's a broken circuit right now. I'd like to put those in last, so that just for safety purposes, I guess. Okay, this little device, this is a inverter. Power inverter. This is just a 600 watt. You can see the back of it in this shot. It's flipped on. I should probably turn that off. And we're going to actually plug that into the charge controller right now. So starting with the negative terminal, you always start with the negative for a safety precaution. Make sure the wires are straight, and if you have to, you kind of twist the end. You just stick it in the charge controller and then screw it down. Now this is a smaller screwdriver than a standard screwdriver. They come with any toolkit basically, but it's the smaller size. The big size won't fit through these electrical holes. And we don't do the positive terminal just yet, because I want to hook in all of the negative terminals. You've got two of them, the battery line and the inverter, and now we want to double check that the solar panel is flipped off, and we'll take the negative line of that one and put it right into the charge controller. Again, just straightening out the wires at the end, and so it's a easy fit in there, and then you'll screw it down. And just make sure it's tight. Okay, now we can put the positive terminals in. Start with the solar panel. Make sure the switch is off again. And stick it in the charge controller, and then tighten it down. Then the next one that I will do, you make sure your cables aren't bunched up and in a big rat nest. You want to make sure they're not tied in knots and everything. Then I'm going to plug in the battery cable, the one with the fuse on it, and just tighten it down. Again, the fuse is not in it yet. And then we'll put the inverter cable in. Now there's a lot of extra inverter cable. If you know what you're doing at home, you can actually shorten that cable, like the cable length, because the shorter the better, really. I'm including as much length as possible before you start losing a lot of inefficiency. But it's extra long. I have it all coiled on the ground right now, actually. Okay, so we just tighten the inverter one in, and then we're going to put the fuse in the battery line. And now we'll flip the solar panel on, and flip the switch on the inverter, and you'll hear a little beep right there. And the whole system is now on. Now I have a safety precaution, covering the solar panel, just so it's not generating any electricity. Go up there, pull the tarp off, pull the cardboard off, or whatever you have covering it. Then you'll come back to your inverter, and it shows there's a green light. Everything's good. It's a little bright to see those lights, but they're on. Okay, so everything's connected and everything's getting powered. The batteries are getting charged by the solar panel. The Inverter is running off of the solar panel or the batteries. I'm not going to take a voltmeter right here and show you, but everything is at it's a little above 24 volts for these batteries. Now let's pull our cable out and we'll go ahead and plug it into the inverter. Okay, everything's connected. Now we should be able to go inside and flip the light on. Let's see how it works. Okay, right next to the light switches, let's look at the outside one. My camera's up too high, I'll have to turn it down so you can see. See the little light is on. So that's good. Let's go into a little darker area so you can see it better. The lights are working. How about this little bathroom area? Go ahead and flip the switch and oh, there it is. Lights are on. Flip that off. So it looks like everything works. We've got power. Really simple to set this up. I'm going to go ahead and make sure all of these are off and walk outside because I want to conserve my electricity. Alright, here it is again from the outside. It's relatively, you don't really see anything. You don't notice the solar panel. It's not a big eyesore for you. So here's a closer look of the solar panels. Now this exact kit that we have in this video I sell for $3,800. Includes all of this stuff: the batteries, the light switch, the cables, the charge controller. Actually there will be maybe a better quality charge controller in there, a digital one. And then the inverter, and all you have to do is plug your power into the inverter. So one last look, and let's show the logo on the screen. Hey, thanks for watching. Be sure to check our products out on our website, fUTo Electric Systems. It's futoelectric.com. Thank you.